Genshin Impact leaks have always been prominent in the community. Some would argue they're good and some would argue they're bad. However, regardless of which side you fall on, it seems like they might be coming to an end soon. What's going on, Kings, Queens, and Majesties? Today I'm going to be providing you guys with some information about the things that are going on within the Genshin leak community. So if you guys do follow me on Twitter, you will have seen that I have retweeted some things from these credible leakers. These leakers are known as Lumi and Dimbreath. These two have been a main source of leaked Genshin information for a long time. And when they do leak things about new updates, they do so in a slow manner to not garner too much attention from MIHOYO themselves. And if you look at their track record, this statement does hold up when you compare it to everything that they've shown us in the past. All the information that I am providing to you guys today does come from the Discord server that these two do house, so do keep in mind that we don't have every side to the story. However, these two do provide some evidence as to what they're talking about here. With that out of the way, let's talk about what we actually want to talk about today. So as you may or may not be aware, the Genshin 1.5 beta has begun relatively recently. This beta accepted public applications that anyone could have filled out and been a part of. Part of joining these betas does involve you guys signing an NDA, which states that you're unable to leak any information about the beta test. This is all standard. However, the 1.5 beta test was a different story when it comes to comparing it to the other betas. This is all standard. However, 1.5 beta test was different from the other betas because MIHOYO proceeded to shoot themselves in the foot by allowing the 1.5 beta files to be publicly available for download. While not exactly easy to find, it was still accessible for those that went looking. Enter BIGBOSS, a leaker who appears to have a vendetta against Dimbreath. BIGBOSS and their team became aware of this and downloaded said client and re-uploaded it to multiple servers. This then allowed for plenty of people who were not in the beta test and who did not sign any NDAs to get a hold of the beta itself. Now then, with this being out for people to download, plenty of people were mass posting leaks, which in turn led to the leakers we know of, Lumi and Dimbreath, to push out leaked information sooner than they would usually. This led to it definitely getting a lot more attention than usual, even pushing the leaks to trend on Twitter. With all this information out there, it definitely caught the attention of MIHOYO themselves as they went on and posted that this was unacceptable and that there should never be anything leaked, yada yada yada. They have lawyers, they intend to crack down on leaks. The tweets are available on the screen. However, a few hours later, MIHOYO released the developer kit for 1.5 beta in the same way they released the beta files. What? Do they not see that they are causing these problems themselves? Like, come on, MIHOYO. You guys make it so hard to root for you guys, man. Come on. So moving on, BIGBOSS and his group spread the new link for the developer kit, and this is around the same time that we begin to see leakers on Twitter deactivate their accounts. Some of them seemingly tweeting out right beforehand goodbyes, Lumi actually tweeting out this video from Danganronpa, and we're not exactly sure why they deactivated. Maybe it was the MIHOYO ninjas, maybe it was them to protect themselves. We're not sure just yet, but at this point, the leakers we've been following for so long are no longer posting leaks on Twitter any longer. I suppose for the time being anyway. Now, why did this all happen? Dimbreath claims that the reason BIGBOSS has been leaking all these things is due to a personal vendetta, and Dimbreath also provides some screenshots as evidence. As you can see, it appears BIGBOSS is not exactly concerned with the impact that this is going to have on the community. In the same message that Dimbreath is making about BIGBOSS, they also mention that BIGBOSS is probably not going to be a reliable source for leaked information in the future, as they were previously reaching out on the server that Dimbreath houses for information about leaks. This shows that BIGBOSS did not previously have a reliable source of information other than the credible leakers that we know ourselves. But who knows? Anything could change in the future. We don't know anything that's really going to be happening. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes. All we know is what these people have presented to us. And that's pretty much everything that's been going on in the community so far. And it's a shame, honestly. It's a shame that this happened, as I personally feel like leaks were a good, healthy thing for the community. It enabled free-to-play players a chance to see what was coming, to see if they could breathe a sigh of relief and maybe spend some primos. And it sucks for them that the future of leaks is looking a little bleak right now. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. To be honest though, we won't truly know the effect that this situation is gonna have on the future of betas. That is until 1.6 is getting beta tested, if it even gets one. I just wish MIHOYO would publicly allow for beta tests like they do with Honkai, as it generates hype for the community and it gives players things to do outside the main game to support it. I mean, I guess Genshin is their cash cow, so they intend to keep as much of it as they can under wraps. I don't know. Maybe if they didn't even do that, they could at least give us like a roadmap or something. I think a roadmap would be a great idea. That way we have some idea as to what content is coming out. Not knowing things that are happening in the game that we are all dedicating so much time into, it just feels like they don't value us, you know? It's a little strange to not be in the loop of a game's development process, especially for a game like Genshin that has all this lore and world map planned out. It's just like, why can't you give us a little bit more information, MIHOYO? Like, we just want a little bit more info, more things to talk about, more hype in the community, you know? What do you guys think about it all? Let me know in the comments. And that's pretty much it for me, Kings, Queens, and Majesties. If you guys liked the video, be sure to leave a like. If you guys like me, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter. And lastly, be sure to check out my streams that I have moved on over to YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching. Later.